Welcome, everybody, to tunnel number 115. It's September 17th, 2024. And today we're being joined by Amayal, Daniel, Guillermo, Ian, Sergio, Sugar and Spice, and Vanessa. A small crowd today. A very welcome crowd, though. The agenda is, as you can see on screen, relatively short. We start off with a couple of mentions, and then a quick update on the consent process for the Q4 budgets. And then there's quite some room for open topics, so we'll see what that will bring. If anything pops into mind during, feel free to, at the end, bring it up, and we can spend time on it. And a quick reminder on what the ambassador program even is and what we're doing. Basically, we're a group of like-minded people that are in tune with the SingularityNet ecosystem mission and vision, and we want to contribute to it. We have a wide variety of self-organizing work groups. And yeah, this spans a whole broad range of topics. So if you are interested in helping out, we do have a work group suited for that. Yeah, please hop onto our Discord server. There you find a how to join section rather. That will explain how to join. Cool. Then a couple of mentions. First one being on the deep funding town hall taking place this week on the Thursday 18 UTC. It's going to be an interesting one. There's a whole bunch of updates on round 5. And I think there's still room for input as well. So if you're hearing things and you want to contribute to making round 5 the best deep funding round ever, which it will be, then do join that town hall. Then a quick update on the token merger. On both Ethereum and on Cardano, AGIX staking has been discontinued. And this is in light of an upcoming governance proposal. There will be a vote on Kudos and whether Kudos, the project, whether they can join the ASI Alliance. I will refer you to their website. It's basically they're all about decentralized compute power. And there's quite some synergies there with both Nunet and Hypercycle. And yeah, basically in light of that, we wanted to shift to the new token, the ASI token with fat ticker. And yeah, in order to motivate people to start migrating, we discontinued the staking of AGIX. Additionally, on Cardano's side of things, you are able to migrate to this token. And if you want to vote, it's also mandatory to migrate to that token. If you check, I think the easiest would be to check Twitter for official links. Alternatively, Telegram. Yeah, that should be straightforward to find. It's also in the announcements channel on Discord. Yeah, that's it. And then starting on the 19th, the vote will be open, I believe, for 5 days. Don't pay me on that, but I do think it's 5 days. And then, yeah, so both the ASI Alliance community will have to vote and approve of Kudos joining, but also the Kudos community themselves will have to vote and approve joining the ASI Alliance or not. So that will be unfolding in the coming week. Then a quick mention on something I was not fully part of, but I saw it mentioned on Discord on the Treasury updates channel. You can read more about it. There was a bit of an error with some double task ideas. So some tasks got rewarded double, I believe. So yeah, if this concerns you, you will be reached out to. Broadly speaking, we're gonna hope the honor code works and people return the erroneously sent tokens. I think the aim is to have it all fixed by next week. But first, there will be a proper inventory of which got sent where, and yeah, there will be people will be asked to send back any bonus tokens they got sent. And Yeah, then two more mentions. One being on SingularityNet Insider, the September edition got released, and that in itself reminded me about Mindplex, Mindplex Magazine, and Mindplex Social. And I do feel we have quite a bit of potential. For example, we write quite a bunch of articles. We release quite some videos. Pretty much all the content we're putting out there, in theory, we could also post on Mindplex Social. So I just wanted to push for that a little bit. I do know this is town hall and not marketing or video writers work group call, but I just wanted to yeah, plant a little seed there by mentioning it right now. And while people keep dripping in, welcome, welcome. That covers for the mentions, I believe. And then, yeah, seeing it's the main thing within the ambassador program going on right now, at least, the main discussion. And that will be the Q4 budgets and the consent process around it. Earlier today, we had a governance work group call where we discussed how to go about this iteration. And funny if I can put you on the spot and ask for a bit of an overview on today's call.
Yeah, sure. So, for anyone who doesn't know, the second consent round ended yesterday at midnight, and I'm going to put a little doc in the chat which gives you the responses that came in. And obviously, there's quite a lot of them. When you have a look, you'll see. So in today's call, we kind of realised that it's not going to work time-wise to try and plough through every objection that's been raised and discuss it. Otherwise, we will be here till Christmas. So what we're doing is SA has created or started creating a kind of overview, and I'll put that in the chat as well, where you can see that four work groups passed without any objections. There was another four that only had one, and then there was several who had a few. And we decided it might be better to start approaching it by looking at the ones who have the most objections first. And rather than trying to resolve those objections in the call, we are trying to create summaries, like really short, succinct summaries of what the objections were about. And kind of share those across the community. We'll be finishing that off tomorrow and sharing a doc where you can see in really brief form what has been objected to. And then basically work groups can look at that and decide whether they want to make any changes by Sunday. And people, core contributors can look at it and decide for themselves what they think about the issues that have been raised. So the next big deadline is Sunday, 23:59 UTC, for work groups to get in an adjusted proposal, or if that's what's been called for, it might be adjustments to their quarter three quarterly report to give more information. But we're going to create a doc, as I said, and share it everywhere tomorrow, probably by the end of the day. And people will be able to comment in there as well. If there's an objection that's mentioned, the work group will be able to comment and respond in there. So the main aim is just to make sure that everybody is informed rather than trying to thrash it all out in multiple governance calls. We may need an extra one than what we've accounted for, but there will be the Open Governance Workgroup session on Thursday, on the 19th, and we might need one more after that. But yeah, core contributors are still very much wanted to engage with the process, find out what the objections that have been raised are, have a think about it, and it's not over yet, basically.
Thank you very much. I do know from earlier today that both you and me, Vanessa, we had a hard stop, and then after that, the call continued for a bit. So, in line of putting more people on the spot, perhaps Guillermo, anything to add to that?
Sorry for that. So my connection just went down for a bit. I guess we are talking about today's governance experience.
Yep. Yeah, me and Vanessa had to leave at well, after the slot finished, pretty much. So I was wondering,
Yeah,
with thing to share on because the call continued for you mentioned earlier for another hour.
Yeah. So yeah, we did went through the concerns on the guilds we addressed today. They were Remind Me Strategy and African Guild. And because a lot of members of the African Guild were present, so I thought it was good to stay in and discuss. Uh, so we all agreed that it was an evolution from last quarter. The way we Esse and Vani presented the concerns, they put them in the right words, so we don't take things personally, uh, and that evolved in collaboration
Just checking.
discussion on how we can improve regional um, to, let's say, regional expansions on Latam and Africa. They have onboarding challenges, marketing challenges, education, communication. So we were discussing on how we can uh, better sync the efforts from the whole program, as we understand that regionals have a cultural, language, all these personal challenges that they can address better. How we can use tools like Figma to decentralize, really decentralize the marketing efforts we're doing, and how regional teams can create their own, but still all have a concise branding for the ambassadors, and how we have been quite amazing results. The and we share challenges, and outreaching as we are in territory give us a different onboarding perspective or strategies, and yeah, so I think it was a great follow-up hour on yeah, this idea of the consent process. It is we're not competing for budget. We are collaborating for a better and efficiency of how we use them. And that way that's why we keep evolving and growing, and that will make our community stronger. So looking forward for the next one that is going to be Thursday to keep going with this amazing experience of governance.
Thanks a lot. And absolutely, yeah, the next session on this will be the Open Governance Workgroup session, Thursday at 14 UTC. So if you want to help out figuring how we budget, that's the place. And well, yeah, as you can see on the slide, but also as Vanessa mentioned, the next deadline will be the work groups to adjust their proposals based on the given feedback during this week by Sunday end of day UTC. And yeah, I think with this whole budgeting discussion, it's very prevalent in a lot of talks. So I think for this town hall, I do want to kind of keep it to that. I do want to quickly check in the room if there's any questions or unclarities that related to this topic. So feel free to feel free to ask if you have any. And if not, that concludes that topic at least. But that also brings us, I mentioned it at the very start of the town hall, the agenda for today is very short. It brings us to the open topics section. So feel free to raise, pretty much any topic. If you have a small question, if you are a new member and want to introduce yourself, it's all very welcome right now. Silence. We might be breaking records today on having one of the shorter town halls. Which happens. Also brings a room for me to put a reminder. If you have any future town hall topics, do not hesitate to simply post them in Ambassador General Discord channel. as you can see right now, there's definitely room for having group discussions on suggested topics. And yeah, at the same time, if there's no suggestions, I also don't feel like keeping people longer than needed. So yeah, without anybody speaking up or raising their hands, I would come pretty close to wrapping up for today. Just a bonus reminder on something I just realized. If you happen to have Sophiaverse density, if you have their NFTs on, basically, I think it's 4 months ago or something, they had a bunch of Sentience NFTs. Some of them came with physical perks, and if you want to claim those, you have about 4 or 5 more days to do so. Do check their Twitter for all the links on getting those. Um, that's a suggestion to have storytelling sessions one time. I mean, you wouldn't suggest that without having at least a proper suggestion for a story, right? We can. Just saying.
No, no ideas at all at the moment, but I do know how to play quite a lot of improvisation storytelling games.
We can, yeah.
Death by AI a day early.
Yeah, why not? That would be really good fun.
So just a quick check on the Death by AI. The next one for that, is it um
Tomorrow.
is that scheduled already?
It isn't, or it is.
I'm asking, is it?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I thought I had already told you. I'm sorry. And here again, I wait till the last minute. I'm so glad you asked me. I just assumed it was. Terrible, terrible.
But so when is it taking place? Because I can schedule it right away. Or
1400 UTC tomorrow.
tomorrow. That's good timing then. Nice.
Can we squeeze in there?
Of course.
Yeah. What?
And that's on Discord audio channel, right?
Yeah, does it have to be in the events channel only, or which channel can it be in?
Um, yeah, there's the ambassador. What's it called? Ambassador events, ambassador stage. But well, that's not an audio channel, but a stage.
Right.
I think we got all the other. Oh, there's a community podcast voice channel for some reason.
Can you do activities in there?
You can do anything in any voice channel, basically. I do think the ambassador events one has the, well, I'm not sure if it makes much difference, but I think that has the most visibility at least.
Does it? Okay. Well, whatever you think. Whatever's clever.
All right. Yeah, I also put it on the calendar.
Great. Thank you so much, Peter.
Yeah, thanks for running it.
Sure, it's fun. Are you going to join us tomorrow?
I don't have anything overlapping, so I think so. Yes.
Oh, good. Look forward to it.
So, all right. Final check on the room. And if people are not speaking up or raising hands, that is going to be it for today. And a quick reminder on next week's town hall will be the workgroup update one, the monthly iteration where all workgroups give a little bit of an overview on what they have been doing. Yeah, so that will be next week on the 24th, 18 UTC. Hope to see you then, but there's plenty of opportunities to see you before that. So yeah, Also hope to see you in one of our many community calls, and if not on the Discord server. Thanks for being here, to those that were. Yeah, it's a quick one, but that's fine, I reckon. Thanks for sharing your time. And yeah, talk to you soon.
Thank you, Peter. Thanks for everything. Bye, everybody.
Ciao, Peter. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, everyone.